Hello, welcome to this video. So today we are going to talk about the adverb clauses of time. Next slide, please. Okay, and adverb clauses of time. They are used to tell when one action happened in a relation to other. It is usually introduced by time adverbs. The time adverbs are words that we use for talk about a specific time. For example, we have after, before, when, while, until, and other words. Okay? And something that is very important is that all adverb clauses are subordinate clauses. An adverb clause can come before or after the main clause. When it comes at the beginning, it is usually separated with a comma.
So now we have our structure, and before I'm gonna say that we have to be a subject, a verb, and our complement. And this we're gonna to come together two sentences. And the first, how you can see, is the main clause. And the second is time clause. How you can see this as come together with expiration time that is before. So next, please. If you want, you can write before the time clause, but the expression time gonna be start with the sentence, and then you only come the other sentence with a comma, and that's only.
Okay, now in this opportunity, we will see other examples. For example, like my classmate said before, some examples of adverbs of clause are before, when, after, as soon as. So in this occasion, we will see an example with the word before. That is, for example, I said I had breakfast before I went to class. As you can say, and as Maria-Elise explained before, when we start with the main clause, we don't need a comma. So, in this other example with the word when, we say when there is a thunderstorm, you should not stand under a tree. As you can say here, we use the adverb of clause at the start of the sentences. So in this case, we need to separate the sentences with a comma, like in this example. So, other example, for example, is with the word after, and it says after lightning flashes in the sky, you hear the sound of thunder. So in this case, as I said before, the sentence is starting with the word after, that is an adverb of clause. So in this case, we need to separate the sentences with a comma. And in the same case in these other sentences with the word as soon as. And it says, as soon as you hear the warnings, make sure that your emergency preparations are complete. It's the same situation because it's starting with the adverb of clause. So we need to separate them with a comma. So, for example, there we have a little exercise. For example, it says write sentences using the following words: when, before, soon as, and after. In this case, Marilyn, can you say me an example with the word after?
Okay, so one example can be after they eat lunch, and a comma, we need to write a comma, hurricanes lose strength.
After they
Eat lunch, we need a comma,
yes.
okay, hurricanes lose strength.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now, Marie-Elise, can you tell me another example with the word before?
Okay, an example that we can use before is the sky usually turns dark before a thunderstorm begins. So how you can
Usually, this is Marie-Elise.
usually turns dark before a thunderstorm begins.
Continue, Marie-Elise.
And yes, how you can see there, we don't need a comma because the main clause is first.
And yes, you are right, Marie-Elise and Marilyn. And as we said before, in the first sentence, we start with the adverb clause, and we need to separate the sentences with a comma. And in the second example, we don't need a comma because the main clause it starts, and after it's the adverb of clause. So thank you very much for your attention, and thank you.